year. The taller man seemed to sense what was coming because his eyebrows lifted with uncertainty. Too late, though. Jake flung himself from the ridge head first down the embankment and into the creek. His body bounced up from the rocky creek bed, and his legs were in motion when his feet found soil. "Dog blast it!" one of the men swore. Without sparing a backward glance, Jake knew that to stop running was to die. The splashing of boots in the creek behind him gave evidence that one man had taken to the water, the other raced along the embankment above him, no doubt. Jake dodged right as a blue screamer whipped past his ear. He clung to the narrow border between the water and the flaring embankment as it bent slowly to the right. Shouted conversation from behind and above identified the locations of both pursuers. Left to his own devices, Jake might have run all day until one of the men got off a clean shot. His deepest instincts, however, had different plans. Without much forethought or so much as a glimpse at his adversaries, Jake scrambled up the embankment like a treed cat and launched himself at the startled man. A shot went wide beneath Jake's arm as he bear-hugged the taller pursuer and dragged him back over the embankment to land atop the second man in a pile of arms, legs, and desperation. "Holy hell!" The shout from the shorter man as he splayed face first into the shallow creek spurred Jake into a frenzy of advantage. As he flung the tall man away, he came away with his revolver. When the shorter fellow rolled over to face him, Jake liberated his weapon as well, even as the man squeezed his abruptly missing trigger. With a Remington pointed between each set of eyes, Jake stood over the shocked men lying side by side on their backs in 6 inches of water and sand. Dark whispers urged him to end them, and quick, with a narrow tunnel through each forehead. While he was considering the advice, the shorter one leveled a glare at his partner. "Damn it, Hyde! I done told you he was a runner. Didn't I say one of us should watch the creek?" Hyde's forehead creased with disagreement. "Go to Hades, Chancellor. If you'd have just shot him instead of chatting, we'd not be bathing in this damn creek now, would we? Ain't never shot a man with his hands raised, and never will. And you think I would?" "Didn't say that. I know you wouldn't either." "Damn right. Might have changed my mind, though, had I known I'd be looking at the wrong end of my own firearm." "Can't say I disagree." Chancellor expelled a heavy sigh. "Can't believe it's come to this after 30 years. Jake's predatory gaze faded into a pair of blinks when Hyde extended his left hand toward his partner. "It's been the time of my life, Chancellor." Chancellor reached across his body to shake the hand. "A hog-killing time, Hyde. The finest." The warming display of well-worn camaraderie had the effect of beating back the darkness, of freeing Jake's reason. A parade of shining faces slipped uninvited through his consciousness, calling to him. Gus Rivers, Stacy Blue, the Emshoffs, the Robersons, and others who had extended a hand of friendship at their own peril. And brightest among them, Rosalind Ashley, the kind-hearted sister of a man who wished him dead. With the emergence of mental quiet, Jake recovered long enough to study the men before him and to see what he'd missed before. Knee-high, pointed-toed boots, holsters mounted high on hips instead of slung low for drawing while riding. Wide-brimmed vaquero-style hats, beaten leather chaps, the familiar drawls. His brow drew down with recognition. "You're Texas Rangers?" Hyde lifted an eyebrow. "We are. What of it?" "Why'd you come for me? I ain't wanted in Texas." Chancellor sat up slowly, showing both hands to Jake. "Fair question, son. I suppose it's just a matter of serendipity."